We've got another quarter hunt this evening, $2,000 of quarters. This is going to be one of our two bag versions. Welcome back to Silver in the Big Sky. Yeah, another quarter hunt. We're excited. We're always excited for quarter night, though the bags have been a little slower than boxes. And right now we're a little stacked up on bags. Actually, I've got 3 bags right now. So we're going to do a 2 bag hunt. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're better than what the bags have been. But there's a little look at the Big Sky. We had a very stormy late afternoon and early evening here. We're getting started a little late. Might run out of light. Definitely will finish with some lights on in here. But yeah, we're going to jump right in. First off, I want to thank our currently 4 channel members. Mr. Pennington, Brian Jarvis 2901, our 1 silver member, Yemster27, and Bo Richwalski. We appreciate you as we appreciate you all. If you want to become a channel member, there's 2 different versions there. We certainly would appreciate it and would help us greatly. Yeah, if you've got 10 seconds to help us, please like, comment, and share. We appreciate you. Here's a little look at our numbers. Last year, the bags were approximately twice as good as the boxes, in my opinion. And this year, it's kind of flipped, especially look at the silver. 8, if you add those 2 up, out of 16 boxes. We have 8 out of 52 boxes. So we need these bags to get hot. This is going to be bag number 27 and 28 of the year. Let's get in there. We'll bring you in, of course, with any cool and unique finds. And maybe we'll learn something along the way. Well, welcome back. That was maybe the worst, 90 minutes of my life right there? What do you think, babe?
Freaking terrible. Yeah.
It was pretty bad. We found nothing. Not even any like die chips or errors.
To quote the little kid that says, a bullshit?
We did find 1 foreign. Actually, I even forgot to look it up. It's 1980 New Zealand, but it's 10 something. Doesn't really have words on that side. I'll have a little something for that in the recap. Always cool to see unique foreign. Not as awesome as that 1947 from the United Kingdom in that last hunt. And there were a couple of not fines, but painted red coins. And the only reason why I set them aside is because a friend of the channel, Treasure and Change, likes to keep these. Let me know, kind sir, if you would like those. But yeah, what a crappy bag. I think that's our 71st bag hunted between last year and this year, and only the 3rd, I believe, skunk bag. So we're going to need a huge second bag here to get to the finds that we like to be at 8. So, man, come on, bag 2. Well, this is getting a bit ridiculous. We're halfway through the bag, so 3/4 of the way through the hunt. Still no find, but I've got something really cool. So you got to when the hunts are going like this, you've got to keep searching around and finding stuff. We've, of course, found a couple of foreign. I have found a couple of die chips and varieties here, but we have found several of these 1999 Delaware, Philadelphia minted spitting horse error, as they call. So what the spitting horse error is a die chip, or a die crack, rather, that was coming through this portion of the coin, and it makes it look like the horse is spitting. Well, just naked eye there, you can see it. But this here is the best example of this coin that we have found. Look at that. So you can clearly see the die chip, or the die crack, right there, coming out of the horse's mouth there. And on the really good examples, this die crack will go all the way to the edge of the coin, and it is dang near there. I mean, it's getting through the C there, and you can see it. It is basically all the way to the edge of the coin down here. And then not only does it do that, but it is coming through the horse and coming up on the other side there, as you can see right up there. So yeah, that is quite the spitting horse error right there, or spitting horse die crack, if you will. So a cool coin. I will try to put up an example. Well, of course, there's no finds in this hunt right now, so if you guys see this video, I will try to throw up an example of maybe what that's worth. Goodness gracious, we have a find. Albeit not the best of finds, but it's going to be a San Francisco minted, not intended for circulation coin. Wow, I never thought I'd see another find again. I just, oh, of course, I'm being a little dramatic there, but there you go, a 2012 Hawaii Volcanoes. Yeah, 3/4 of the way through this hunt, and my partner in coin has given up on this hunt.
Hey, I need my beauty sleep.
That she does. So.
Whoa, what? You're supposed to agree with that.
It's all, aren't we always supposed to agree with our...
No.
Oh, okay. All right, enough fun. Hopefully, I'll be back with another find. Well, we still have a good amount left here, and surprise, surprise, we've got a second find. Wow. Oh, man, it's been crazy. But look at that. That is one of the finds you're looking for. W on the right there for West Point, the West Point Mint. V75 over here for the V75 pre-mark for the 75, or V75 privy mark for the 75th anniversary. And then the reverse, we've got a Weir Farm. 2020 Weir Farm. Like to see that one. I think it's been a while since we've found that version. There are 5 different versions of this coin. In 2019 and 2020, there was approximately 1 million minted of each of the 5 each year. So, yeah, pretty rare find. Those coins are typically around the $20 mark if they're in good condition. That one is. Good to see. We'll take it, certainly. Just a few coins later in that same handful. Another San Francisco minted, not intended for circulation coin. You can tell it's not a proof by looking at it. No frosted Washington there. And flip that one. We're going to get a 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway. We certainly will take that. It's find number 3 of the hunt. All in bag 2. Just a few coins later again. Look at that. We're going to have our very first 2026 quarter. So if you haven't seen one, well, I haven't seen one. I believe that's the, which is interesting that we found a Philadelphia minted 2026 quarter as our first one. Last year, we had probably found 1,000 Denver 2025 quarters before we found a Philly. So very interesting. I know there can be a lot of die cracks on these, especially the Phillies, of course. I don't see anything there. I'll look at this under the scope, but yeah, check that out. 2026 quarter there. The Quincentennial. The Mayflower. We'll take it. Kind of a cool find. I've still got over a quarter of this bag or so left. Yeah, I'd say more than a quarter. And we've got find number 4. It's going to be another West Point Mint, another V75 preview mark. So it's going to be a 2020. Let's get a good zoom there. There we go. It's a good shot of that W. Man, I love seeing that W. And this one's going to be a Salt River Bay, our most common version of the 2020. But man, another stellar looking W for the board. We'll take that. Another handful or so later, I think I've got, yeah, we're definitely under a quarter of the bag left. I'm going to have find number 5. Wow, the second half of bag 2 has really produced. There you go, another not intended for circulation San Francisco Mint. This one, another 2015, but this one, the Saratoga. So that's now 3 S's, 2 W's. This is turning into a decent hunt. Let's see if we can't find some more. Well, that's a wrap on bag 2. Yeah, that one little hot stretch, finding 5 pretty quick there. And then that was it. Bunch of side finds. Let me set up the board really quick. And we'll be right back for a recap. Well, that's a wrap on this $2,000 quarter hunt. It was definitely light on the finds, But yeah, thankfully you guys stuck with us as we had to stick with this. Ended up getting 5 finds in a short little period there. It was looking very bleak before that. Let's cover the side finds real quick. Again, treasure and change. If you want some colored quarters, I don't know why we found so many painted quarters in this hunt, but yeah, pile of them. And then side finds. Ended up finding a second and a third of the spinning horse. Not as good as that first one. You'll have to go back in the video and where I pointed that out, but look at that die crack in there. And just a small version. One of the ones that just kind of barely get to the word Caesar there on both of those. All 3 of those were, of course, the filly, the Delaware 1999 filly. Had a Alaska 2008 filly where we find the die chips. So you can look for the 6 claw. You can see that claw down there is very messed up. They call it the 6 claw. I only keep them if they also have the die chip at least between the A and the N like that one does. So that's a kind of a cool find there. We do seem to find a lot of those. One we don't find very often that we did find in this hunt. So on several of the 2022 fillies, you can get the Drooling George. They call it the Drooling George. It's a die chip in the corner of his mouth there. This one happened to be, which version was it? It was the Sally, the Dr. Sally ride. So yeah, haven't found one of those for a long time. We've actually been chatting about that, how we hadn't seen that coin for a long time. And we did find our first 2026 quarter of the year. It happened to be a Philadelphia coin. Pretty cool looking coins if you haven't seen them. First time we've held one. The fillies have a lot of die chips on them, and I looked through this on the microscope and didn't see any. There's can be several around the 2026 and the We Trust, and even some, I think, around the hat of the gentleman there. 2 foreign coins in the hunt. We had a New Zealand 1980 10 cents. That's what the 10 stood for there on that coin. And then we had a Panama de Balboa, an older one, 1966 there on that Panama de Balboa. Non-silver. Both of these were non-silver, of course. Did look them up. I had to weigh that Balboa because there's several different versions of that coin, and they kind of all look the same. And then our 5 trackable finds are S-mints. We had a 2012 Hawaii Volcanoes, San Francisco mint. And then we had 2 2015s, a Saratoga and a Blue Ridge Parkway. And then 2 West Point mints, both happen to be 2020s in this hunt. So both of them will have that Privy mark on the front on the left side. But we had a Weir Farm and a Salt River Bay. There's a look at that front side again if you needed to see it. Love seeing that West Point mint. That W right there. Wow. Yeah. Wasn't as great as our last couple of hunts. We like to get to 8 finds. A really good hunt for us is 10 finds. We'll have to take 5 with a handful of side finds. It's going to have to be good enough in this one. Sure do hope you guys appreciated this hunt as well. If, yeah, leave us some feedback. Tell us what you think. We'll definitely look forward to seeing you in the next hunt.